Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. Welcome back, everybody. So, what we got today, FOMC minutes, and it shows that Fed officials are worried about tariffs' impact on inflation and sees rate cuts on hold. And that's not a good thing. So, they're expecting inflation to go up because of these tariffs. And we already know, things are already up. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about. We got the CPI, it was hot. We got the PPI, it was hot. The sales numbers, retail sales. And then today we got the FOMC minutes, and they're also expecting inflation to rise, and they're pretty much scared because if inflation is rising, people will ask questions like, you said everything was fine, it was coming down, just like when Powell was saying that everything is fine, we don't have to do anything, inflation will come down, we don't have to raise rates or anything, and then suddenly he came and start doing these rate hikes, and then what happened? Now we're paying pretty much really high rates on mortgages that we have not seen in so many years. And not to mention, you go buy a car, there is some car makers are doing their own financial thing, which is like 3 4%, not 3%, 4%, 5%, but it's like 9.99%, 14%, 7%. That's just ridiculous, guys. And that's why, we're seeing the market going up, but it's this really slow melt up. And I just want you guys to be aware that, this is how the market wants to play us. Like, it's bullish. No matter what news comes out, it's all bullish. It's all good. Just like it was really good when inflation was going up and Powell was downplaying, inflation. Same thing happening right now. So keep that in mind. Yes, market technicals, everything, and market does not care. Market going up, but also these algos and especially these big whales, they can quickly turn and sell everything down. And if you're chasing one of those retail traders, investors, thinking about, oh, we're going to moon and buying, pretty much at all-time highs, that's going to affect you. Now, with that being said, what do we got today? Well, Dow Jones went up 0.16%, Nasdaq going flat, S&P, it's only up 0.24%. We got Russell going down, not participating. It was down like near 1%, 0.34%. Here's 11 sectors, and look at this. Do you see technology on top? No. It's a defensive move. Look at this. Healthcare leading the way, consumer defensive, utilities, energy. And that's risk off move here in the market. We got basic materials, cyclical names, financial, industrial, technology also down for the day. Week to date performance right here. Yes, technology leading here. Financial also leading, consumer cyclical, utilities, basic materials, and then we have industrials, energy kind of lagging behind. Stock market map, what we got here on stock market map, you can see right here, finally this thing is going up right here. Microsoft up 1.25%, Nvidia flat, we got Apple flat, Amazon flat, Tesla up 1.82%, Meta down near 2%, Google up 0.72%, and some rallies here you can see on healthcare, Eli Lilly, J&J, UNH, all are up on the day. Now, financial sector, you can see, it's not, significantly down, but it's definitely down. Then we have consumer defensive. You can see Walmart up, Costco up. We got some names like PG that I actually played. It was a really fantastic trade. That thing is also up. And we got some of these names like KO and Pepsi. Both are up on the day. On Dow Jones, it's up 0.17%. So Dow Jones nowhere near all-time highs, but not too far off all-time highs. Now, if you look at my screen, it's coiling up right here inside these two Bollinger Bands, and they're squeezing right here. So very soon, I think you're going to see a massive expansion here on Dow Jones. We just have to wait and find out. So your critical line in the sand held today. 445. Underneath that level, there will be support from this Bollinger Band at 442, and then 50-day moving average right here, 437.73. And then we can talk about this gap down here, 433 to the upside. As long as Dow Jones over 445, we might see that move possibly to retest previous all-time highs right here, 451. On SPY ETF, it's up 0.24%. So if you look at my screen, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that a crash is here and it's going to crash and all that. What I'm saying here that, yes, it's a breakout. Things are looking bullish. We have a bull trend. All these moving averages are positive slope, but the data and the way we're going up, especially with all these bad earnings from big mega cap stocks, and then all this data for last week and even today FOMC minutes, market just seems like, who cares? I'm just gonna go up, right? And there are people out there, they like FOMO, like they'll just get in here at all time highs. They're type of traders. They keep cash, but when they see they missed out on a big run, they will just jump here. And that's going to cause a little bit more upside here on SPY. It's going to suck in all that liquidity, all that money, and then it can reverse and wipe out everything, especially with the data that we're getting nowadays, right? So that is why, yes, it's looking bullish, don't get me wrong, everything is good, but is this the right spot for us to go in? Absolutely not. I'd rather, go and watch from the sideline, maybe even try to short, but then buy time on it. I'm not buying this. I can buy this. I'm not a buyer at all time highs. Where I'm going to sell this at another brand new all time high. How much is my upside? Maybe 620, 630. But look at the downside if this thing comes down and closes some of these gaps. And not to mention, look at the monthly time frame. Look at this weekly time frame, guys. Look at this insane move. These are dips we're getting, and immediately these dips are getting bought up. So we never actually came down to retest, that monthly breakout, and we're getting pullbacks, but nothing significant. One day we get 3-4%, and the next day it's up green, gap up and go. I know these are good opportunities for us to make money, but talking about a good correction, a healthy correction in the market, where is that in last 2 years to 18 months? I guess there was none, right? October went by, market hitting all-time highs. The center rally also came late, came every month. We're just slowly grinding and going higher. So at some point you need to look at the monthly time frame, and you'll see that, it's not a chart where, you would think that, oh, this is actually a good opportunity, I should go in right here. Was there any retest of this breakout? 480, 482? Absolutely not. These candles here, you can see we got a pull back, immediately went back up. We got a pull back, immediately went back up. But when there is actually a really good pullback and a correction, this is what I'm looking at, guys. Something like this, that's a good correction, and you buy the dip and you hold for long. These dips here, you can swing trade, on a rally back up to the upside, you take your profit and get out. And now, definitely at this point, with this type of move, slow grind up, you can buy this, at all-time highs. So another brand new all-time high today. Going into tomorrow's session, we got a short week, only 4 trading days, Thursday and Friday left. I don't know how much we're going to get, but Friday we do have a Michigan consumer sentiment, and that's going to show a lot of things. So another data is coming out. We do have some earnings. I think Carvana is down. Some other earnings today, and PLTR, I think they're doing I guess the CEO is selling some shares or whatever that the case is. That thing is down also, and it just it shows that, these are catalysts. News coming out and the stock dropping, but mainly what's happening? Well, thing went up. How much? It was like, $8-9. It's trading at $125. People are going to take profit. They just need some sort of a catalyst to sell that thing down, right? Same thing goes for market. Yes, it's a greedy market. Nobody wants to take profit. Everybody holding up. But once we get, a big move to the downside, there will be a lot of panic. There will be a lot of panic selling. And I think since COVID crash, we have not seen any panic selling. We had that bear market in 2022, but it's nothing like a crash. So it's not happening. We will see that in the price action, but just be careful, especially when things are going even higher, because if things are going higher, they can also come down really quickly. Just have a look at that stock PLTR, what happened today, and it's still going down right now after closing. So on SPY ETF, your key line in the sand will be 609. To the upside, if we can clear 613, maybe 616, that's the 616, 617 upper weekly expected move, we can get there. But if this thing breaks under 609, then a SPY can come down, possibly down to 605, 603, and then 600. And then we can talk about more downside at that point. On triple Q, it's absolutely flat on the day. I mean, look at these candles and the volume here, guys. I mean, it's just not there. It's not doing it. I mean, it's just horrible how things are going up. You don't want to see, these types of move to the upside, especially when things are really slow. I mean, 20 cents, 30 cents, that's how much we're going up every day. I mean, where is the money that you can actually make from this type of moves? It's really a bad move to the upside. I mean, you can't really make money unless you're long from here, maybe here, or bought maybe a week ago. Then you're making a little bit of money holding. But any position, any new money long, there is absolutely no chance in hell that you're making money with this kind of chop last 3 days. So here on Qs, you can see again today what happened. Well, look at this, 536, and these candles right here, what happened? 536 to 537, that was the top. So now that is actually acting as a support, and the 5-day moving average moved up. So 536, it held, went back up, and now sitting just under 540. So if we can get over 540, maybe it can push up to 542 to even 548. That is the upside target. But if this thing breaks under 537, 536, then the next target down here at 533. And under that level, you will see a big flush, possibly down to these moving averages right here, around 529 to 527. So IWM actually had a gap down this morning, but this thing was actually able to recover, came back up, but not, fully recovered, still down 0.34%, and now down again 0.21%. And looks like it just getting that Bollinger Band squeeze, and this is not a bull trend. You can see these moving averages, including the 50-day, it's a negative slope. All are pointing to the downside, and that is not a bull trend, and there are no rate cuts happening anytime soon. So, I mean, why this thing would run back up to the upside, right? That's the case. So I think what's happening, it just buying some time here, just going back and forth. Either we're gonna get some good catalyst for IWM to push it even higher, back up into all-time highs, or you're going to see a significant break where this thing will come down right here, and this Bollinger Band here on bottom will slowly start to come down, and you're going to see the price coming down with that as well. So here on IWM, it's not a holding at the support 227. We got a rejection again today, and now there will be support at 224, 225, lower Bollinger Band, and then this gap comes into play 220, and below 220, this gap might come into play right here, 212.78 on Russell. So before we get into VIX, I want to look at the dollar, and it was actually green on the day. And one thing I want to point out, you can see this purple line is lower Bollinger Band, and whenever we get to it, what happens? We see big snapbacks back up to the upside. Look at this one here. Look at this one here. Even look at this one. We did not even touch, and we got a big bounce. And now you can see it came down here, and we're bouncing from this lower Bollinger Band. So I mean, if this thing wants to move and there is, some really good catalyst for this thing to move higher, it can go possibly back up to, 108, 109. And if that happens, market will see a big time, selling very soon. And that's why you got to be careful when the dollar hitting lower Bollinger Band. Now, what is going on with VIX? Well, it's not looking that great, but also it's not too bad. And why? Because it's trading over 15, not under this low. And we talked about it in my video over the weekend that look at this Bollinger Band sitting at 14 bucks. So I don't see too much of a downside at this point on VIX, but if this thing rises and gets over 15 and stays over 15, there is a chance this thing can go up to 16 to 18 bucks, and that's going to trigger a sell-off here in this market. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated